Well, welcome everyone onto our call. Tonight is all about our childcare workers because let's face it, guys, you make your life all about the little people in your lives and the people you care about. And we want to make this about you and how we can possibly help you for a few areas in your life. My name is Candy. I have been with the Juice Plus company, inspiring healthy living around the world for nearly 4 years. And it's been an absolute delight. I come from a childcare background. I had worked my way up from a trainee, starting off when I was 17, all the way up to assistant directing of large corporation childcare centres. That was over about a nine and a half year period. And I was actually given the opportunity to become a director of a large centre. But you know what, sadly, by the time I got there, I was completely burnt out. And, you know, you're working in this industry, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I was exhausted, I was drained, and my passion of why I started in that industry had really kind of lost me. You know, behind all the paperwork and everything else that you do, and so much energy and love that you give to people, I'd lost the passion because I'd also lost my health to the stress that come with my role. So I declined the directing role, and I did shift into fitness and health because I knew that I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. I knew that I wanted to educate people in they're bettering their health, but bettering their lives. And I thought childcare was that place, and it really was. I absolutely loved my time in the industry. And don't you love the first few years in childcare when you have every bug under the sun? I definitely got a rocking immune system from that, and I'm sure you can all understand. But, you know, I knew when I started the industry that I really wanted to make a big impact. I really wanted to help people, especially children. That was a massive passion, you know, and really wanted to make a difference in the world. And I just couldn't maintain the workload and the stress. I'm sure that some of you have probably been in situations where you're dealing with, you know, different family scenarios or some sad situations there that really just take it out of you emotionally as well as physically. So I knew I really wanted to make a change and make a really big difference, but I had to change my vehicle. And I went into fitness, but when Juice Plus, the company, the product and the business opportunity was shown to me, I knew I had found the vehicle that was going to not only change my own world or my own family's life, but so many others. And you know, it's with a really big heart that I want to share this with all of the childcare workers out there, because you have so much to give. You will have so much love and so much passion to help people and educate, and that's the home that I know I have found, and I know there's other speakers who you'll hear tonight have found that within this company of really making a difference, being those educators that are overappreciated, that we are really appreciated for our knowledge and recognised and rewarded, because sadly in childcare, the one thing I used to hate was, oh, you're just a babysitter. And sadly, I was a very underpaid babysitter, let's be honest. So, you know, not only do we get exhausted, but our wages just don't match the work that we do, the amounts of work we take home that take away from our families. So I'm so happy to be able to share this with you. Personally, what the Juice Plus product has done for me, for my health, has been phenomenal. I'm a PCOS woman, and it's helped regulate my hormones and clear up my skin, help with energy, and you know, a lot of other health benefits for not only myself but for my partner and a lot of my clients. And for the business, it's just given me choices. It's really been able to link in with my current business in fitness, link in so beautifully, and I can work it around my business. So it just fits in and slots in very, very effortlessly. So I'm going to hand it over to the lovely Jess, who's going to share about what is this product of Juice Plus and also her story. So Jess, I'll hand it over to you, darling.
Hey. Thanks for having me on tonight. I'm super excited that I get to share the products, because without them, obviously, we wouldn't have a story to share with you tonight. So I'd love you to just think about who do you know at the moment who's suffering from arthritis or cancer or heart disease, eczema, asthma. Like, we all know someone, right, who's got something like this going on in their life. We've never had so much access to amazing medical treatment around us, but we've never been fatter or sicker in our lives. I hear people say on a daily basis that they have a vitamin deficiency. I honestly believe in my heart that we have a whole food deficiency on our hands. You know, we are all so busy living fast-paced lives, and most of you would know if you're in the childcare industry, or maybe you're a mama that drops their kids at childcare every day or a couple of days a week. You know, we're so busy, you're running in and out. And, you know, we've got so many food-like shops around us. It's hard not to go into them and, you know, put those foods into our bodies, but they're just not nourishing us. My children's school is 6 minutes from our home, and we pass 7 major fast food outlets twice a day. Now, it's crazy. So about 18 months ago, we were looking for a product to help our family. At the time, my son was 8 and he was living with a really low immune system. He was suffering from major mouth ulcers on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. You know, he'd have 3 or 4 at a time. And so I did what every mama does and took him to the doctor, and we did multiple blood tests, stool samples. We saw a pediatrician, and they just couldn't help, you know, find what was going on with him. So finally, Juice Plus came into our lives, and, you know, straight away I was super impressed for a number of reasons. It had a food label, which really was amazing. It had been around for over 26 years, and it was backed by science. So to me, straight away, I wanted to, you know, have another, look into it more and more. We have over 30 peer-reviewed medical research papers done on this product. And there is no other health supplement product in the world that has this much research on it. So for us and for my family, it was a no-brainer to start taking it. You know, some of our research shows that our products reduce inflammation and increase the immune system. Disease is an increase in inflammation within our bodies, and it's known that fruit and veggies help reduce that inflammation. So, you know, by adding this product into your body on a daily basis can only help, you know, nourish your cells. Our government say that we should be eating 2 fruits and 5 veggies every day. The World Health Organization says 9 to 13. And you're probably sitting there thinking, well, why is our government saying 2 and 5? But they say that because they think it's doable and that everyone can do that. But only 10% of adults are actually getting that, and less than 2% of our children are getting that into their bodies every day. Our bodies are broken into 3 main systems: our immune system, our nervous system, and our digestive system. So our immune system, my little guy's immune system, was nourished by these amazing capsules right here. These look bright, beautiful bottles, just like nature intended us to eat. 30 vine-ripened fruit and vegetables that have been picked at their absolute peak. And then they're pulped and dried at really, really low temperatures so that all their live nutrients can be kept intact. Our studies show that this product is bioavailable, which means that it's, you know, absorbed into your body within minutes. So that's super cool. Our body knows what to do with it because it's just food. So I don't know, like maybe lots of you on the call are mamas, and you might have been on a multivitamin before like I was. And, you know, I had that disco colored weed because my body didn't know what to do with the product that I was taking. You know, we don't have that on this. So it's safe for, if you can eat the food that's in this product, you can take our product. So that's amazing too. So my kids all have this, even my little guy who's now 2, but he's been on the product since he was 8 months old. So no warning label about breastfeeding or pregnant, and that made complete sense to me too. So, you know, we're all looking after little ones within our industry, and it's nice to know that our little guys can take a product. But our company is on a mission to transform healthy living throughout the world. And, you know, by one way that they're doing that, they're actually offering free kids products in the form of either these capsules that I was just showing you, or these really delicious chews. You know, this mama eats most of my kids' chews because they taste so good. So I keep a packet in my car just because I'm in the car a lot with 3 little ones, and that's my little treat. So You know, there's things in this that my kids aren't reaching for on a daily basis naturally, you know, like cabbage and kale and tomato and beetroot and broccoli. But, you know, now that they're putting these into their body, they're actually craving more fruits and veggies. You know, you might be saying, well, if you take this, do you not eat fruits and veggies? Absolutely not. You know, if you're eating chocolate and sugary soft drinks, you're probably craving that. And just because, and like that, we put this into our kids' body, now they're craving fruits and veggies too. So it's really cool to see. And kids are also, parents are noticing that kids are sleeping better, drinking more water, you know, they're having less days off school, going to the doctor less, and even pooping better. And I know you might say, oh, why are we talking about poop? But, you know, these little kids, so many today are really, really constipated, and that puts on so much strain on the families. And I'm sure you've all got a little one at your daycare centre, or you know someone who it can upset them for like 4 to 5 days at a time, where they're so uncomfortable and the whole household is super stressed because of it. So our next system is our nervous system, and we need oxygen, water, and good fats to support our nervous system. So like, think about when was the last time you actually breathed all the way to your tummy and back out again, you know, had really good filtered water and supplied your body with some good fats. Our family choose to take these amazing plant-based omegas. And although my son had amazing results on our capsules, the colourful capsules I showed you before, I honestly believe this was a missing link for us. You know, we've gone straight to the source here, and we have amazing ingredients like raspberry seed oil, tomato seed oil, sea buckthorn berry, and of course the algae. And, you know, so we've got no fish in here, so no other chemicals you have to be worrying about, or toxins going into their bodies or our bodies. But I think this is the missing link, because if our nervous system isn't nourished, we're in that flight or fight mode. And, you know, we want to be, I found before he was quite impulsive and he struggled to respond to situations. We were more reactive to situations, and he struggled to be able to play in team sports or play with other children. Since taking this product, his whole body's calmed down. He can be more responsive. And I'm so excited that we get to go and watch him play team sports every weekend. And, you know, he can cope with different situations that are going on. So that's amazing for us. And our last but not least amazing, delicious plant-based powders we have, they're supporting our digestive system. We need a calm tummy so that we can digest all that food we're having throughout the day. And I honestly believe that a lot of our illnesses and diseases are linked back to our gut health. So we need to take care of that too. So these have 30 amazing superfoods in here, and they're all non-GMO. It's amazing products. And again, my kids think they're getting a chocolate milkshake, and they're actually getting things like pea protein and alfalfa sprouts and pumpkin and mushroom. So again, things that kids just aren't naturally reaching for. But I know that I'm bookending them with amazing whole food nutrition every morning and every night. You know, and then whatever happens at school in the middle of the day, you know, we hope for the best. And but I know I'm doing a really good job either end of the day. So they're our amazing products. And so you can see why I'm so passionate, because it's helped my children so much, as well as myself. But then I guess the business side of it, when I first saw the business, I was like, I'm not sure that I can do this. I have an early education background as well. But I think secretly I'd always hoped for a business like this, because when I was working in childcare and I was about to have my own children, my husband and I promised ourselves that we would never put them in long daycare, because I was the person that took the kids away, pulled the kids off the mamas crying, and the mamas were crying as they left for work. And that really upset us. And so I promised that I would stay at home and raise our babies. But to do that, we had to sacrifice financial security. And I will realize now that we actually don't have to do that. But at the time I didn't think there was another option. So I stayed at home with my kids, and we said no to a lot of things. And it broke my heart, because I had to say no to my little girl when she asked to do netball and gymnastics, and because I couldn't afford to send her. But I didn't want her to resent her little brother because I was staying at home with him. So this opportunity fell into our lap at a perfect time, that I was able to put my kids through sport and music and send them to the school that we want to send them to, because I get to stay at home and I still get to be passionate and care for other people and care for kids. You know, now I get to care for kids' health through these amazing products. But also to, you know, this has been a vehicle that's been allowed us to have a bigger vision and a bigger dream. I now run a non-for-profit outdoor preschool program that, you know, I don't draw a wage from, but it's me giving back to our community. And without this business, I wouldn't be able to do that. So, you know, we have 9 classes that these little people get to spend in nature, outside, learning and having fun. And it's amazing to see the mamas light up and the kids. And I'm so excited for the future to, you know, be able to build these classes up bigger around the Gold Coast. And, you know I wouldn't be able to do it without this business backing us. So I'll be forever grateful that I said yes. And so I'd just love for you, you know, if you are on the call tonight, to get your questions answered. And another amazing thing about this opportunity is we get to have an amazing community and make amazing friends. And I'm going to hand it over to Katie, who I've got to know through this business, and I'm so excited to hear your story.
Awesome. Thank you, Jess. Hey, ladies, thanks for having me on here tonight. I was excited to see this special type of call on here that was designed for childcare educators, because I think it's something I actually haven't really spoken to my Juice Plus friends in our community much about. So it kind of got me thinking about you know, where I was at and where I'm at now, and I definitely wanted to jump on here and share that with everybody on this call. So thanks for having me on here. So yeah, I'm Katie. I've got 2 kids, and I have been taking the Juice Plus products and in the business for 18 months now. So I'm just going to go back to kind of where my story started, I guess, with childcare. And it was in high school. That's where I studied my Certificate 3 in childcare. And I left school and then I got a job in admin. I didn't actually go straight into childcare, but I had that qualification there. And then I fell pregnant at a very young age of 19 and became a young mama to my daughter Layla. And when I had her, you know, your head starts spinning and you're like, what am I going to do? You know, I've got to go back to work. We were young, you know, we were trying to save for a house and everything. So I knew I had to go and do something. So I was like, okay, awesome. I've got, you know, childcare qualification. I'm going to go and, you know, get a job in childcare now, and it's going to be amazing because I'm going to have Layla at the daycare, and I'll, you know, I had it all planned out. So it was going to be amazing, and I could still, you know, be there with her. But I mean, I loved like being with kids, and I totally loved the job. You know, it was definitely a strong passion of mine, as well as Candy said. But what I struggled with was having Layla, like obviously not having her in the same room as me, having her in the other room, and she was only 1 at the time, and she would be screaming, and, you know, just to hear like her over there, and you can't do anything about it because you're in your own room looking after your children. And to, you know, it was almost going to be easier to just have her at a different daycare centre. So it got to the point where I had a few friends or people that I knew, mutual friends, that were doing family daycare. And I got talking to them, asking some questions, and I really, really liked the sound of it. So we lived in a unit at the time, so I knew I was going to have to, you know, move to be able to do a family daycare, and we were looking at buying a house at that time. So that was perfect. We bought a house. I remember going and looking at open houses, and specifically for my family daycare, like looking at the house for, could this be a family daycare home? And we found the one that we're living in now. And yeah, like I started my daycare very not long after we'd moved in. It was honestly one of the best choices I've ever made in my life. I did it for about 2 years. Layla was 2 at the time, I think, and we had a great bunch of little kids. Like, it was amazing. I loved it. And then we decided to have our second child, Jaden, and then he came along, and it was quite difficult restarting that family daycare and having to build up my client base again, you know, with the children, with my families. And having Jaden there as a 6-month-old baby, like over there in the little baby rocker crying for his mummy, while I'm having, you know, I'm there getting paid to look after these children. Like, I'm not going to ignore them because my baby's crying. So it was really strenuous, like, on my mind, you know. I remember times where I just felt so overwhelmed. And I just kind of got to the point where I was like, it just was getting to that point where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. And what was also playing on my mind was the fact that Layla was starting school the next year. And I know that a lot of family daycare, educators, they, put all 4 kids in the car and they do the school run. But I just could not see myself doing that. Like, I wanted to be there for Layla. I wanted to walk her up. I mean, I could have walked all 5 children up, but what happens if she's there crying and wanting her mummy and, having a bad day? And I've got 4 kids over here. Like, I was just like, oh, I cannot see this happening. Like, I loved family daycare, but it was just beginning to not be able to, work for my family anymore. So I shut up shop. It was very sad, but it was just the right decision at the time for our family. And then Layla started school. I was just basically a stay-at-home mum to my 2 kids. She started school, and then it got to about August through her prep year, and it was kind of like, okay, like, I think something else needs to happen now, but I had no idea what I was going to do because I love being at home with the kids, but yeah, I had no idea at all what I was going to do. So that's when this opportunity actually came into my life, and the products. I was very, very interested in getting my family on these products, but I, watched a video online just like this one we're on tonight, and yeah, like, I was so attracted to what these people were doing in this business, and the fact that you're able to kind of work from home, create an income, do a lot of it online as well. Like, I was kind of like, wow, like, I didn't know anything like this existed. So yeah, that was 18 months ago, and I have not looked back since. This is what I love. This is what I've grown a huge passion for this, the health and wellness industry. And yeah, like, it's just been amazing. It's just gone up and up and up since I started, and I just absolutely love it. So as much as I did love, childcare, I know it can be such a strenuous job on, your body and your mind and everything. But yeah, I just ended up finding something else that really works for our family so much more. So that's a little bit about my story that I was excited to jump on and share, because I haven't actually shared that with many people before in the Juice Plus world. So thanks for letting me share that. But I just wanted to also quickly share with you, I'm not going to go too far into how our business works, but maybe you're sitting there a little bit interested. So I just wanted to say, basically how it works is we take the product that Jess showed us before, our natural whole food product, nutritional product, and we basically, take it, we love it, and we share it with people in our life. And it's so easy to do so, especially if you're seeing great results. Like, for myself, it was extra energy and that brain clarity, and yeah, like, just feeling great. So, it was very easy for me to be able to share with people in my life. So I feel like if I can feel like this, I'd love to help the people in my life to be able to, maybe get health benefits as well from it. So in this business, it can be done from anywhere. Like, as I said before, a lot of us do it online, so it does really fit into our lives, or a lot of people's lives, I guess. And you can basically do it around your full-time job. Like, you don't have to be at home doing it. It's not going to take up a lot of your time. Like, we know a lot of people who are absolutely smashing in this business, and they're working around, full-time job. They've got kids at home, and yeah, like, you can do it in those stolen moments, I guess. And we're in 30 different countries, which is pretty cool. The company shipped to 30 different countries. 3 different ways. So, other traditional businesses out there and everything, like, or any jobs, I don't know, I haven't seen anywhere where you actually get paid 3 different ways. So we get paid in a retail profit, commissions, and then bonuses. And the bonuses are the bit that I love, but I'm not going to go too far into that. If you've got any questions, ask the person who invited you onto this call, and they'll be able to share what our amazing bonuses are like. And the best part that I love about it is it only costs $165 to join this business. And basically, you know, you can make that back in your first day, you know, just by getting your first customer or so. So, yeah, for that $165, it includes all the head office support, like the admin support there. They ship the products out to the customer and everything. It includes your own website, access to our virtual office, and access to our team and all of our online team trainings and stuff to get you started. So for a very low cost of $165, it was a total no-brainer for me. So yeah, like I have no idea where you're at. You know, maybe it could be a second stream of income or a plan B for you. So yeah, get your questions answered. That's all I can say. So thanks so much for having me on this call, and I'm going to hand it back to Candy now.
Thank you so much, ladies. You know, it's something we're all from different backgrounds in childcare, but the one thing that I know beyond childcare is every person that's in this industry has the biggest heart. They really care. They really, really care. And, you know that you want to make a difference. You know, that's why we get into childcare, is because we want to make a difference in this up-and-coming generation. And, you know, we are always looking for like-minded, empowered, heart-driven people to join our mission, because we can't do it by ourselves. And it is done in style and moments. But we also want you to look after yourself, because when you give so much to so many, you can leave yourself so depleted. So this is where the product really comes in, because you need to look after yourself. To be your best version, you need to look after yourself. So from my heart to all of yours that are watching, you know, we are here to answer questions. We are on a massive mission. We know, especially as childcare workers, we see the lunch boxes that come through. We see the behaviours that are coming through. We're seeing the disease and the sickness within these kids. And that's why we sit here tonight, because it's not just it's not just something we want to share. It really is our due diligence to you. It's our responsibility to share this with other educators, with other people who have impact and influence to help other people's lives. So thank you so much for watching. If it has resonated with any of you, whether it be the product, the business, or just come and get juicy in our juicy community. We are like fun-loving freaking people. So come to one of our live events and see what we're all about, because we will welcome you with open arms, and we're so transparent and very, very passionate. So thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to chatting with you all soon. Bye, guys. Thanks, ladies.